everyone, thanks for joining my channel. It's Rocky. So today we're doing a fun idea, and I think, well, for some it may not be fun, but for me it's kind of fun because it kind of keeps me out of trouble. We're gonna do sort of a wish list shopping adventure, what I call virtual shopping. I may have told you this before, but maybe I haven't, but I get almost as much joy from just like going online and putting things in my shopping cart and then closing out without buying anything as I do as actually buying something. So what I like to do sometimes is pretend that I am in the 1 percentile and just do some luxury shopping. So today I'm going to kind of go through some of the luxury items that I've been eyeballing for quite some time and just kind of go down that list. And I have a private personal story that I want to share with you about one of those items that I've actually only shared with like a couple of my closest friends. Haven't even told my husband this story. But I'm embarrassed, but you know what? I'm going to share it with the 50 people who watch me here on YouTube, and then it'll be our little secret. Let's get right into it. The first item I'm going to talk about is the Chloe Test bag. I like the Chloe Test, the small version. First off, the leather on it looks absolutely amazing. It's super luscious. And let's see, I'm trying to think when this came out. Maybe 2 years ago, the Chloe Nile bag came out where it had the round ring and you kind of held it at the top of the bag or whatever, or you didn't. You chose how you wanted to rock it, but I thought that had to be the most unique idea for a handbag, just kind of changing the game for handbags. Even though I just told you guys, I've been telling you guys maybe for the last year and a half that I'm not really into handbags at the moment. At best, I'm doing like backpacks or fanny packs, or belt bags, bum bags, whatever you call them. I am loving this bag. So it's a cross between the Chloe Nile bag, which is the one I loved, and another popular one that came out before the Nile bag, which was the Chloe Drew bag. So if those two got together and had a baby, you'd have the Tess. So I am in love with the Tess bag. The only issue with the Tess bag, one, I mean, it's a handbag that I'm not really feeling like carrying at the moment, but also the price. It is $2,090. There are a few that are a bit cheaper that I'm just not really liking the color of them or like the finish of them or whatever the case may be. But the one I like particularly is $2,090. So therefore, the Chloe Test bag will sit right on the shelf along with all the other Test bags. I'm not buying it, but I love it. So, I mean, if any of you are gracious and are rich and you feel like gifting me one, I'll take it, but I will not buy one at full price. All right, the next item is the Louis Vuitton Wonderland Flat Ranger. And you guys know that I have been obsessed over boots lately. Year-round, I'm obsessed over boots, but obsessed over boots, so much so that, what, 3 or 4 of them made my shopping list for 2019, and we've talked about this before. I'm really into them because they're so versatile, and then you can like walk around in them a lot. The fact that they're flat, but they're cute, and all of that. There's a lot of reasons why I'm just loving boots at the moment. But these are super cute because they have several details on them that I really like. I'm loving the printed pattern on them, and I love the buckle around the ankle. What would make these perfect is if they flipped the pattern versus non-patterned areas, like so where it's black, if they put the pattern there and then whatever. I think that less pattern is better, but I still like these boots. Again, loving the boots. I think that they are a great purchase for somebody, but that price, it is $1,350 US for these boots. Therefore, these Louis Vuitton Wonderland Flat Ranger boots will sit on a shelf along with all of the rest of the Ranger boots. So, moving on. The next one that I am loving, and I have been loving on this one for 2 years-ish to maybe 2.5 years, 3 years, I don't know, for a while. And this is the Louis Vuitton Mini Palm Springs backpack. You guys might have heard me talk about this one before. I can't remember if I've referenced it before, but I am in love with this bag. And of course, the problem with the bag is two things. One, the price, $1,940. But also the feedback is that the straps are not really adjustable. And so it hangs really low, like past your butt when you wear it on your back, which is not ideal for me because I think that it'll probably hang down to my knees because the people who ever reviewed it were taller than I was. So the only way I think that to make this fit would be to punch more holes into the straps so that you could adjust the straps. And I think that that sort of takes away from the value of the bag if you ever wanted to resell it. So I need to be pretty doggone sure that I want this bag for the rest of my life if I'm going to buy it, so that I can punch holes in it and make it more of an effective thing. So I was loving on this bag so much, but hating the price equally as much. So much so that I went on the hunt to find it. Oh gosh, I went on the hunt to find it sort of on the black market. And either used, which wouldn't have been black market, or black market. And I found somebody who was selling the bag, and they were like, oh, the bag is $300 and it's, you know, the real deal. So anyway, I bought the bag for $300, and it came in a Louis Vuitton dust bag. It's not really. I mean, it's like sheer. You can see back there. So Louis Vuitton bags don't come in a sheer bag. But I'm like, all right, let's get past the bag. And you know, it has tags and stuff on it. But I mean, it is. First off, I mean, at first glance, you're like, yay. But this is not the bag. I mean, you probably remember the details that I just showed you. I mean, this is just not it. So I bought a dupe. I overpaid for a dupe. Paid $300 for it. It has a tag on here that says it's, you know, Louis Vuitton. It's coated fabric with cowhide leather trim, man-made lining. This is plastic, and this is plastic. At least they could have had the materials. I really wouldn't even mind if it were a dupe, quite honestly, if it were not plastic. But the whole thing is plastic. The details are not right. I mean, I'm not going to go into why it's not right, but the details are not right. But I've been holding on to this bag for quite some time. I don't really know what to do with it. This is $300 that I cannot get back. I can resell it, I can, and then just be forthright with the fact that it's a dupe. People buy dupes all the time. But I think that might be what I do. I might just sell it as a dupe and try to recoup some of my money. But my heart is broken. So anyway, that's my secret. I was so much in love with this Louis Vuitton mini Palm Springs bag that I went to try to find it for less. And you know, people usually say you get what you pay for, but the better phrase should be you pay for what you get. And I have certainly paid for it. The next item is slightly more reasonable, but still not all that reasonable. But you guys know I love floral scents for fragrances, body fragrance. And I went to Sephora a few weeks ago to test out some new fragrances. I went and I said, show me all the perfumes that you have that smell like roses. And they put a long row of things for me to just kind of test on my own and let them know which ones I liked. It came down to a Chloe scent and a Jo Malone scent. I can't remember the Jo Malone, I can't remember the Chloe one, but the Jo Malone was Red Roses. It's a Red Roses cologne. And the 100 milliliter bottle cost $136. I'm absolutely obsessed with the scent. They sent me home with a little sample and I used that up in a week. I loved it so much. And yeah, so I am obsessed. That's one of my wish list items for just period. I love it. And but it's a lot of money. So again, if any of you love me and care for me and are just very just have a beautiful heart and beautiful spirit, and you want to just send me a bottle, I'll take it. Kidding. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. The last one is probably the least practical, no, not least practical, but the least reasonable of the list. And some people know that I have been obsessed with this brand for years now, and have been contemplating how I'm going to get my hands on some really pretty ones. But I am loving Rolex watches, and I know that's for the most part usually an old man brand, but I love watches with like big faces. Like, that's just my thing. I love heavy, sturdy, big, clunky watches, and you can probably hear this one. But I love big watches, and I love watches in general. I have a ton of them. But this would probably be the pièce de résistance. I would probably end all watch buying if I would, you know, get a, you know, this Rolex. So the one I've been eyeballing as of late is a Rolex Sky Dweller, and it's the 42 millimeter, really big face on it, and in white gold. I get yellow gold items, like fake yellow gold items, just to kind of change up my look, but I am really a white gold and platinum kind of gal. I will do, you know, yellow gold, rose gold to kind of switch it up. I love this one particularly because of the bezel face and the bezel around the face and the blue face inside. It has a couple of cool features that I like. It has the dual time zone, the glow in the dark face, which is pretty dope. What, you know, I mean, shit, Casio watches do that too, but I just like it on this too. It has an annual calendar, and I just think that it's pretty nice, and it's very classic, very well made. I love the whole idea of owning a Rolex. But anyway, I'm going into like dreamland talking about it, but this is the last item that I am lusting over. And but the price, oh my gosh, the price, it is $14,400. Like, when I say oh my gosh. So when I talked about those other things staying on the shelf with their partners, I mean, this needs to stay on the website, like way away from me, like never even considering buying anything that's $14,000 that I can't live in and that I can't drive. Like, just saying. So let me know what your wish list items are, like what you've been lusting over and loving and stuff like that. I would love to like go into dreamland with you, and we could talk about fantasy things forever. But those are my things. Let me know what you thought of them. Are you liking any of them as well, or do you think any of these prices are not absurd? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Share it with your friends. Hit the like button. What else can I ask you to do? Leave a comment. Okay, that's all. Bye.